Hey guys, the next exercise I want to go over is the body weight squat. We do these a lot at boot camp, and I want to make sure that you have the form down correctly. So the first thing that I want you to pay attention to is how your hands are positioned. And I want you to interlace your fingers. So just like this. And you're going to place them behind your head. Your feet can be about shoulder width or a little bit wider. The toes might naturally point out. It's totally fine. I'm going to go over a couple cues that we use with our clients often, and they seem to help a lot. So first of all, I'm just going to give you a couple reps here so you can see what I'm doing. And I'm definitely wanting to get a little bit lower, a little bit below parallel. So a couple things that you want to keep in mind with a body weight squat or any kind of squat is that your weight should always be distributed to your heels. So when you're sitting back into the squat, you're sitting back into the heels. You don't want to be here in a squat. So you don't want to, for example, be doing this. You're going to feel unbalanced. You're going to put a lot of stress on your knees, and it's just not good form. So pushing the hips back, what I often cue my clients to do is pretend that you're trying to close a car door behind you with your butt. So that often changes their form, and they immediately stick their butts out right behind them. So they fix the form. So they're no longer kind of tucked under like this. When I ask for that shutting of the car door, everything changes. There's a little bit more thoracic extension in the back. The butt goes out. So also, you got the weight distributed to the heels. Good. Butt's out. Next thing you want to pay attention to is what your knees are doing. So when you're coming down into your squat, are they caving in? Are they moving out and back in as you come up? So a lot of times, I'll see clients kind of do this, and they'll kind of come up in sections like that and break the form up a little bit. So another cue that I use that's funny and people tend to remember is to show your crotch off. So that reminds people to keep the knees apart and the correct position with their feet and everything else. So you're avoiding this. When I say shut the car door and show the crotch off, I'm going to get this with the knees apart and the butt out wide. Another thing that you want to notice if you're getting tired, stuff like that, pay attention to fatigue. The upper body tends to go. So see, everything's going great in the lower body, but then I'll see something like this. People are just kind of doing this movement, which is a kind of bowing forward, and you want to avoid that. The best way to do it is to retract your scapula, keep your shoulder blades pulled together, elbows flared apart. So you're keeping this nice strong position, putting everything together now, showing off the crotch, sticking the butt out, and keeping the scapula retracted. So shoulder blades are being pulled together, chest stays up, head stays up, everything like that. So the body weight squat is one that it's a fundamental, you gotta master it. It's one of those that everyone should learn. Everyone should be able to progress to a heavier squat, like a barbell squat or goblet, stuff like that. Super functional, we talk about that a lot. If you're only doing shallow partial rep squats like this, you're kind of cheating yourself. Those short squats have their place. I'm not saying they don't. There are things that you can do as you become a little bit more advanced with working out with a shorter rep. But I think that beginners should always master a basic deep squat, a below parallel squat. So you're going to feel a definite improvement in flexibility and strength if you can get lower and keep correct form. Because remember, every bad repetition that you do, you're essentially programming your body to repeat that bad form over and over and over again. And then it becomes even more difficult to correct that. So continue doing this movement. If you're at home, get 5-10 body weight squats in, stuff like that. Practice it as often as you can. Videotape yourself. Ask for feedback from your coaches, from your spouse, whoever's around, so you can get some sort of objective, constructive criticism, and you're not just sort of going into the movement blindly. It's very important that you understand this movement and that you do it correctly to stay safe, get strong, and improve your flexibility. Thanks for watching.